Hey team, I just wanted to make a little video for question 3 of the little assessment because it's the highest order mistake you can make and it concerns things going on inside the bracket. Okay, so just to think about this conceptually, what we have are two terms, the 4 and the x. One is raised to the power, the negative a half, and then all of that is raised to the power d. So we could start inside that bracket, start trying to sort out what is going on inside that bracket. Well, x to the minus a half is 1 over x to the half, or square root of x. So if we times those together, we get 4 over root x. And we're squaring everything. So we get 16 over x. Oh, but let's not forget that there should be an x squared at the front. Okay, and that simplifies down to 16x. Now we could also look at it from the outside and apply our power of d to both the terms inside the bracket. That is the a term and the b term. But b is already raised to the power c, so we have to then raise it to the power d, multiplying together. Now we can look at this as 4 squared times x to the minus half squared. Now if we apply our indices law on the final term, we get x to the minus a half. 2 subtract 2 add minus 1 gives us 1, which we might as well get rid of. So this is 16x. That is what the answer is. Now everybody watching this video will have made the same mistake, including x in with the negative a half. Now I want to know why this is. It always seems to happen when the number at the front, a, is an actual integer, like 2, and that seems to be the thing that causes us the issue. But then when I actually thought about it, who applies the 2, the squared, to that first term too? Well, nobody does really. No one turns up 64x to the 6 to this problem. So I started thinking about trying negative power for c. And this kind of mistake does seem familiar, where we gather together the 3x because we're so familiar seeing 3x, just as we are familiar seeing 4x, we forget that the power applies before we do the multiplication. So flipping and putting the 3 down with the x in the denominator is the wrong thing to do, and the correct thing to do is to leave the 3 up in the numerator or pull it out in front first so you can see the fraction and the multiplication as it goes on. This obviously becomes worse when you make it a negative fraction because you're thinking about that at the same time.